People are this week being urged to take part in the annual Cook Islands Language Week. This year's theme is Embracing One's Heritage, and Cook Islands Student Association President Debora Maea joins us now to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, how is Cook Islands Language Week being celebrated?
So Cook Island Language Week begins on the commences on the 31st of July and ends on the 6th of August. So it's up to each Cook Island language, Cook Island speaking family to install their language into their children and family. But as an association, we will be celebrating the Cook Island Language Week on the 5th of August on Friday at 6:30 p.m. So that's located at OUSA Clubs and Socks. So you can come along to Cook Island 101 with some Akauka Sumba. So come along, ladies, and bring your pareos if you like.
Are there any similarities in the language to Maori?
Yes, so Cook Island language is a Eastern Polynesian language, so it's part of the Maori, Tahiti and Hawaii language.
Wow. Is the Cook Islands community quite strong in Dunedin?
Yes, it's quite strong. So I believe it's strong as the president for OCESA. So this year we were able to call on to our Cook Island family members at church, so the PIC, the First Church, the Apostolic Church, and to ask them for help with food or decorations for our first formal event as an association, and everyone around the community in Dunedin for Cook Islanders came along and just helped us with that association. In saying that, I forgot to mention that the community will be celebrating Cook Island Language Week so it starts tomorrow night on the 4th, I believe it's tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at First Church, so at Burns Hall. So there we will be celebrating Cook Island's Constitution Day, where it's our 51 years of self-governance in the Cook Islands. So come along to that, as well as Saturday at 1 p.m. they will be having a devotion, and it will commence with a devotion, and then it starts off with a massive food feast, and then you can work that and burn that off with some Cook Island dancing. And then on Sunday, to end it all off for Cook Island Language Week, is where it's on Sunday at 1 p.m. I believe, or 12 p.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. where we'll celebrate and thank the Lord for blessing us with self-governance at the First Church at Burns Hall.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what does your role as president entail?
So my role as president for OCESA is to basically, with my OCESA team, is to organise events such as Language Week, Opening Week, or any events at tertiary, so Otago Uni, that celebrates the Cook Island traditions, culture and dance, as well as to encourage our students, Cook Island students, of where they can get help such as tutorials at the PI Centre on who they can contact to, as well as to remind them about our spiritualness, where we trust in God to help us through our schoolwork, hence why we can get through stuff, and basically the spiritual realm is a Cook Island backbone in our lifestyle. Yeah.
Can you give us some relatively easy words or phrases?
So for hello is kia orana, so kia orana, and then how are you is pe ua koe, and then I am fine means me taki, so I'm good, me taki o, so I'm good.
Oh, beautiful. Can it be hard to maintain and celebrate your culture while you're living in New Zealand, do you think?
For me personally, I think it's not hard for me personally, because both my parents are Cook Islanders, my grandparents are Cook Islanders. They are very patriotic, so ever since I was little, they've installed in me to always remember my language, remember where I came from, remember my people, even though I've been living in New Zealand since I was 7. So I reckon for me it's easy because both my parents are patriotic, and my father, in fact, he represents the Cook Islands for the Olympics, one of the first athletes to represent, and so I think that patriotism comes to me, and then hence why I wanted to be a president to promote Cook Island language, because we're quite a minority at the moment at uni. So this year is our first year celebrating Cook Island language at uni at OUSA. Yeah.
And is the association working with any other Pacific Island groups, both on and off campus?
Yes, so the association for now on campus, we're working with other other Pacific groups with, so we have Pacific Welcoming every year for students, and we join other associations such as Samoa and Tonga, Fiji, where we showcase our traditions, our culture, our dance items to the students, and then we teach them how we dance or how we sway our hips, and they teach us how they do their sasa and so forth.
Wonderful. Well, all the best, and I hope that the weather holds off for your celebration so you have a massive turnout. Otago Cook Island Student Association President Debora Maea, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.